Throwdown Nation. We are live. We are streaming currently on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. And tonight is a special night. Tonight we are here with episode 50 of the Throwdown. And tonight it is my distinct pleasure to have with me from Atlanta, Georgia, the tag team SGF, which stands for Stay Great Forever, Ray and Quay. How you doing, fellas?
Doing great.
All right, how you doing? How you doing? Feeling great.
Day.
Awesome. Yeah, it's been a great day on my end as well, and man, I've been looking forward to having you fellas on the show. So this is definitely a treat.
Okay.
So what we'll do is just get started with.
Blessed to be here, man.
Absolutely. And we'll just get started with the first and most obvious question, and that is a question to both of you guys. How long have you been wrestling?
We both been wrestling. We started at the same time. Probably we've been training for about like a year and like a couple months. Yeah, we started around like September last year.
Okay.
Kind of interested, but like stuff kind of held us back a little bit. Finally made the decision to start training last September.
Gotcha. So have you, when you started training, were you planning on being singles competitors, or did you come into it with the idea of being a tag team?
Oh no, it's always been a tag team. We're brothers, so this has been a long time dream. So yeah, it's always just straight tag team, man.
Gotcha.
We really ain't like. It's like we kind of like got into it together, and being brothers is like kind of a natural thing for us to just be a tag team. So it's like it's really no other way to like kind of make that happen. So it's like, yeah, it's kind of like inevitable for real. So yeah.
Right. And you're in good company because throughout the history of wrestling, there have been a lot of great brother tag teams. The Von Erichs,
Steiner brothers.
Yeah, the Steiner
Hardy.
brothers. Yeah, the Hardys. So it's definitely a good thing, and nobody knows you as well as your sibling. And
It is true.
About it too.
so who trained you guys?
We're actually at Platinum Championship Wrestling. We have a bunch of different trainers. We have Brian Blaze. We have Bill the Butcher, Najacism. If you're familiar with those guys, a couple more. Too. But yeah, that's where we're at, Platinum Championship out there in Conyers.
Gotcha. Yeah, I was actually in attendance for Turn the Page a few weeks ago. That was a good show.
That show was nice. I ain't gonna lie. That was a great show, man.
That was one of the best
last year. Most definitely. That was a great show. We was there. We was working security there. But like, yeah, that like the atmosphere was crazy. I ain't gonna lie to you.
It was, man. That was that was actually one of the better indie shows I've been to. So I really had a good time.
Yeah, I must like championship wrestling, like kind of like going up in Georgia wrestling right now. So like I feel like right now we're like kind of in a perfect situation, being like at the point where we're at in training and stuff, and like actually like performing and stuff. I feel like we're at a perfect point of like the peak of like Georgia wrestling and wrestling in general. So we're like I got a lot of like it's like amping me up. Like I'm kind of like ready for it. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Absolutely. Yeah. Uh, I live about 35 miles northeast of Atlanta in northeastern Gwinnett. So it was I guess about an hour drive out there to Conyers, but man, it was well worth it. That was a great show.
Most definitely. That was crazy. We be making a every time for training and stuff, but like the family that we built there is kind of like to a point where like everything feels worth it and it feels like payoff and it's not just for anything. So like I said, I kind of like it gives me like thinking about it, it gives me like a sense of like hope that you really don't have in like a lot of stuff that you pursue. So like yeah, I'm confident in Platinum Championship Wrestling and our careers in general because where we started at, like so like yeah, that was like, and plus that show kind of like gave me like a little bit more faith as far as like us because like we watched a lot of good wrestling and a good show
Hmm.
in general, and like I can picture myself in that situation and my brother in that situation, and I like it, and like that's like a thing to keep me like continuing to train, continue to be a good wrestler.
Absolutely. So, in terms of the early stages of your training, what would you say was the most challenging part? What was the hardest part to get used to, or the most challenging thing about the early stages?
Really, in all honesty, I would have to say probably the timing. Like, like knowing when to do a certain move, when to, do a taunt if you need to, want to work the crowd, little things like that. So that would be my biggest thing, really the timing on things, like in all honesty. And getting to training too. Like that's the only two things is the timing and getting there. But everything else is cool.
Yeah, for me, same with the timing part. Like, I feel like me and my brother grew up as athletes. So we're more so on the competitive side more than the entertainment side. So our bodies are meant to react is like, okay, let's treat this as if it's a competition, but it's more so entertaining. So it's a lot of stuff that you can perform and you can't really perform as if, oh, I want to win this fight. It's like, do the crowd like this, do the crowd like that. And like we understand it, but it's like your body, because you're so used to like performing in a competitive state, your body doesn't really react how you want it to until you actually get it. And I
Mm.
think we're getting to the point where we kind of understanding it, but like we don't get it yet, and that's kind of what separates us from being like official and like still trainees, if that makes sense.
Absolutely, yeah. Something that we do in these that I didn't really have time to explain to you guys before we went live is we do something called the speed round game. And what that is, basically, I've got a list of 10 names, and periodically I'm going to stop and I'll say speed round, and I'm going to name a name, and you guys each tell me the first things that pop into your head when I say the name.
Okay.
So speed round, Seth Rollins.
Curb stomp.
Architect.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
So I presume you guys have been fans of this stuff pretty much all your lives.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Yes.
So what is each of your earliest wrestling related memory?
That's
You
a
know.
question. Like I remember, but it's like it was like wow, like I was like babyish. Like I got pretty good memory, not to toot my own horn or nothing, but like I can remember a lot of stuff. So like it was like my brother older than me, Quay older than me by 3.5 years. So I'm kind of little brother. So a lot of stuff that I grew up on was based off of how he wanted to go. So I just remember like being younger and like not really knowing what's going on, but just seeing two people fighting and and him there watching it, like super intrigued and entertained. So like I'm like, what's going on? First, I remember the first two wrestlers I could remember that I laid my eyes on was Rikishi and Kurt Angle for some reason. And yeah, I don't know why, but forever like I will always like have some sort of like unreasonable commitment to them two for some reason.
So okay.
What about you? What about you, Quay?
And I have like a couple. So my first one, it would probably be from when I had like this little dream of the Undertaker. It was actually a nightmare. So it was the which version? It was the Ministry of Darkness Undertaker, the one we had the long weird beard. I had that I was backstage with the Undertaker, and it was just me and him. So that was like one of my first little stints I had. But some other little moments, probably like Jeff Hardy, like a lot of Jeff Hardy stuff. That's my favorite wrestler. So that's the person that really got me into it, like fully into it. Just seeing him doing all his crazy little stunts and all that, man. That's a couple of memories right there that I have.
Got you. For those of you guys that are watching this live, if you have questions or comments, throw them in the chat. And at the end of this, we'll do a little, a little viewer Q&A session. And, your questions and comments will get read and answered. And this is another question to both of you guys. Away from wrestling, what are some of your other hobbies and interests?
Video games. That's one. We play 2K, me, him, and we got two other siblings too that we play with. We always on the game. Always 2K, Madden, college football, WWE, all of it. Like that's one thing. Video games, bowling. Just like we like to do like little fun things, all that trampoline parks, all that type of, man. Just good vibe.
Yeah, same. Like we're brothers. We've been together for all our life. So like a lot of stuff that he like when it comes to hobbies and stuff, a lot of stuff that he grew up on, I grew up on. Really ain't nothing different. Like I said, we athletes, so anytime we can get to like play a sport or like just have fun and just like kind of be active is we can do it. And just really wrestling for real. Just being wrestling fans, so like watching wrestling, playing wrestling video games. Really, that's really like the only real like hobby passion that we had other than video games. So yeah, that's about it.
Gotcha. So, are you guys originally from the Atlanta area?
No, sir. We're from Ohio.
Oh, okay.
Go Buckeyes.
I got it on too. I ain't even peep.
Buckeyes.
Gotcha.
Yeah, we're from a small town in Ohio called Lima.
Okay.
Lima, raised primarily in Columbus, Ohio. Moved here in 2015.
I moved here in August, and he moved here in like December?
So,
yeah.
Sounds like we've lost audio on one of you guys.
Is it Ray?
Yeah.
Oh, Ray. Can you hear me? Oh.
I can hear y'all. Let me check and see if y'all.
Okay, I'm hearing you now.
Okay.
We good.
Gotcha.
So, so what is since you've sort of have two hometowns, I'll ask you, what is your favorite thing about Ohio, and then what is your favorite thing about the Atlanta area?
Oh, that's a good question. I never really answered that. Like,
you wanna go?
No, you go first. You go first. You go first.
So for me, I would say Ohio. In all honesty, it would probably be because of the family. Like, you know, like it's always good vibes when we go back home. Like either if we go back to Lima or to Columbus, like it's always good vibes. Like we both. So that would probably be the reason for me because I moved here to Atlanta when I was 18. So all my younger years we weren't really doing too much like going anywhere. So I really didn't have anything, you know, fun to do there. So it was just family. And the difference here in Atlanta for me would be it's just a lot more to do. Like it's a lot more. It's a lot more like opportunities and it's just everything for me now. Like it's just a place for me to be.
That makes sense. I would say for me in Ohio, I ain't gonna lie, there's not that much stuff to like about Ohio. So, like, yeah, like, food, like the food is good. I guess like there's a lot of good restaurants in Ohio. Like he said, family, a lot of friends that we grew up with, and like the fact that from there we kind of got like a bunch of traits that's like northern that like people from down south wouldn't know. So like you can kind of fit in a little bit better. But like
Gotcha.
moving here, it was like it felt a little bit better to me because it helped me out with like communicating. So like I would say Georgia is like a place where like you can like kind of network and kind of get your like get up out of like get out of like a shell. Cause like I was like a quiet kid growing up because I was a little brother, so let him do all the talking for me. So like now I can kind of like learn how to like talk for myself now being here because like when you by yourself they gonna make sure that like people in Georgia gonna make sure that you talk. So like yeah, like it's a very like welcoming state. That's what I would say. Yeah,
Most
I like.
definitely, very welcoming state for sure.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Speed round. Um, you may know him as, two different names, Edge or Adam Copeland.
The rated R superstar.
Yep.
Underrated.
Yeah.
Yeah, he underrated. I ain't gonna lie. I feel like the amount like he gives a lot of praise, but he deserved way more, way more. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah,
So that'd be the word.
that's
Absolutely. I completely agree with you. So, they say that the best wrestling personas are pretty much yourself turned up to 11.
Yeah,
So tell me a bit about in-ring Ray and Quay and kind of compare and contrast them with everyday you.
that's the okay. I feel like that's the thing with us too. That's kind of hard right now because in the ring, Ray and Quay is still like figuring it out, and
basically.
like, but that's kind of our journey in life too. But like we're kind of past that point in life to where we're figuring out, but we're doing something new that we haven't done before. So it's like at this point, I feel like it's a rarity that we're like actually turned down a little bit, and but I feel like that's just the journey that we're on right now. So I'm cool with it, but it is something that we are gonna have to fix soon. But like, yeah, like it's like we don't really know because I wanted to like I want our I want us to be organically like kind of over. So like we can't really so I don't want to force anything and it's like so we're kind of yeah like I said we're figuring it out. We're figuring it out.
Yeah, that's basically kind of what I have to say too is that we're just figuring it out and It's kind of the same, basically. Quay and Ray, well, Quay inside the ring and Quay outside the ring, but that's something that comes with it. You know, you have to find out what your character is and how to maneuver it from your real life into the ring, and that's happening. It's already happening, so it just needs to happen to the full max. That's basically the only thing.
Gotcha.
Comes with reps, and I feel like the more reps we get, the more it's gonna come out. So I'm willing to play the patient game. This is our career. It's something that we always wanted to do. So I'm pretty fine with just being patient with that.
Sure.
Gotcha. So, tell us about your first match. What was it like? How did it go? What were your thoughts going into it and your thoughts coming out of it? All of that. Let's hear it.
So our first match was actually, well, it was pretty cool because it was an easy match. So we were working as security guards. It was at the old building, and the H-Town hit us. The twins, they came out after they had their little match, and came over there and pushed us and had us come into the ring and all that, and then we had our little match. But like I said, it was basically a quick squash match. So we it was smooth. It felt great being out there in an actual crowd and not at a training facility. So that was the biggest thing in all honesty, but everything was good. We did what we needed to do for the match, and it was a great match.
I really try not to get nervous with a lot of like stuff when it comes to matches. So like, and kind of I got faith. I like got a lot of faith in us as like just individuals that can that can become a team. So like, I'm really like, I was cool. I was like very relaxed for some reason. And like usually I get like at least butterflies or something, but at that moment I was like cool and chill and excited and ready. So like I feel like the excitement overweighed my nervousness, so it kind of cooled me down. It was fun as heck though. It was super fun. I just remember having a lot of fun and just trying to stay as relaxed as possible and excited.
Gotcha. So we've heard about the first match. Now tell us about your favorite match that you've been a part of so far.
Ooh. My favorite one probably be our second match, and that was also against the H-Town Hitters. And that one, I feel like that one would be a little better because we actually got to get some moves in. The first match we had against them, they came in, beat us, we hit a couple moves, and then they just whooped on us, and it was over with. But that second match, we actually got to get some shine in and get a couple of tag team moves in and everything like that. And the pace of the match felt a little better and everything like that. It still felt natural. So that was a good thing.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So my favorite match is kind of different because we really haven't had that much matches. But like recently, during training, my brother got hurt, and we had a little trainee showcase that we had, and I had went 1-on-1, and I had wrestled Edward Draven,
Oh
and
yeah.
he good. I ain't gonna lie, I like Eddie. I ain't gonna lie. So yeah, we wrestled about like 15 minutes, maybe more than so, and it kind of gave me a sense of confidence that I really was lacking and getting back and lacking, and like it was like a roller coaster. But like that was one of my more recent matches, and it was kind of helped me build that confidence back up to where like now I feel like we understand it way more. And yeah, that's what I would say is my favorite match so far.
Gotcha. Yeah. I had a good time with Draven on the show, man. He's good people.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
he from Ohio too.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Brother, that man. Yeah, he crazy. But yeah, we had fun though. We had a blast, and it was a good match. we got evaluated through it, and like that was one of the only times I really didn't get chomped off about a lot of bad stuff. So I felt good, got good feedback. So that's all that really mattered to me.
Absolutely. You know, you gotta love it when the people watching and evaluating you are liking what they see. I mean, you know.
Can't complain about that one. I mean, I'm doing my.
Mm-mm. So, what would you say is your biggest in-ring pet peeve? What is it that somebody that you're in the ring with could potentially do that just bugs you?
Maybe for me, probably just for getting the small little small spot, but not really too many pet peeves for real, because we, like you said, we haven't been in that many matches, and as
Right.
far as training and stuff like that, it really doesn't be too much. Probably like just missing a couple of spots. That's probably all I could say for right now.
I feel like mine's is like when people don't sell because
Ooh,
Yeah.
we get in
like
trouble for that.
that's
We get in trouble
really
for that.
like main part of like the entertainment point of wrestling. So like if it feels like what I'm doing to you ain't hurting you, then it's kind of pointless for us to be fighting. So like yeah, like that'd be my biggest pet peeve. Like it been times where even in training I just do something and it'd be a no sell and it kind of like irk irk me. And I got a big tolerance for like getting frustrated and stuff, but like that'll get under my skin a little bit to where like I'm like yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that not one bit.
Yeah, I can only imagine, you know, when you basically throw your best thing out there and somebody no sells it. I mean, that's
That'd- yeah,
A Hogan on you.
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
that's
You know, it's either that or the finger poke of doom.
that's yeah. That was a wild little spot right there.
Oh,
Yeah, it
snap.
was. Man, you know, I've been a fan of this stuff, you know, to one degree or another since I was around 11, and I just turned 55 a few weeks ago. So I mean, I've been following the business for 40 plus years, and that Hogan finger poke of doom was one of the weirdest things I've ever seen.
Bet
I
you,
mean,
I bet you that was like a confusing, like not even like disappointed, but like why, like
What?
why did that? Yeah,
yeah,
what made this feel like this was a possibility? But that's,
absolutely.
I mean, that's Hogan and Nash in the '90s, you know. I would say.
Yeah,
Different
yep.
era, different breed right there.
Oh, for sure, for sure. You know, but you know, having the opportunity to have followed this stuff for 40 years has really been extremely cool.
Uh-huh.
I mean, you know, just getting to see so much in so many different
Mom,
eras.
tell Crystal not call me.
You know,
But yeah, just
uh-oh,
whoops.
you lost somebody.
Well, anyway,
Uh-huh.
what I was saying is, you know, just having seen you know 40 years worth of this stuff, and you know, getting to see the Monday Night Wars start to finish, and the rise and fall of ECW, and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm back.
you know, it's oh, no problem, no problem. I get it, but yeah. So speed round. Wheeler Yuta.
Mm.
Oh,
Uh,
I know. He's real aggressive, very aggressive. That's the guy with John Moxley with Mox.
Yeah,
yeah.
the dark haired bearded guy. Yeah,
Yeah. I know.
um,
He aggressive as heck.
yeah.
Pat,
He's gotten very aggressive, but he is really a great scientific wrestler too.
yeah. Yeah, he's very good. Like he's up there with like I feel like like the word I would use is passionate, because like
Mm,
you feel
okay.
it, like everything that he does, you can feel it, and like I feel like he's in the sense of like right now to where he's kind of underrated too. Just like you said, he is like kind of like at least like from what you can see on TV, one of the best like technical wrestlers. But like I don't
Hmm.
kind of respect him as that. But he kind of, as far as like the mainstream audience wise, he's still kind of new compared to like the Saber Juniors and the Danielsons and all that. So like, feel like his time is going to come soon. But he's
Yeah,
most respect should be coming soon. He's very passionate. I love that about a wrestler. It's kind of like my like number one like main like thing that I like about a wrestler is like how much passion they show. So yeah.
I agree. I completely agree. So, there's two main ways of preparing for a match. You can either kind of work it out with your opponents in the back, or you can call it in the ring. Do you guys have a preference between those two, or do you sort of like a combination?
Me personally, I would love to call it in the back, but like because sometimes if you just try to go out there and do it, ain't no telling what may happen, what kind of moves they might want to do. Like it's no issue with doing the moves, but it's like I'd rather talk about it. And have a combination though, because like say if we weren't able to do a spot or whatever the case is, but you know how to switch it up and we can call something in the ring. So that's
Right.
why.
Yeah, me, yeah, I agree. I feel like at our point, like when we're still kind of new, and like, and it's very like as a new wrestler, it's very hard to understand how the crowd is going to react to certain stuff by like kind of improvising, because that's basically how calling the ring is, just improvising off of how the fan react. So like I like calling it before the match, but if need to improvise, I think we're pretty good, but like pretty cool with it. But like it's like I said, it's kind of, I think like I said, it comes with reps. So like I feel like once we get more reps, we understand it a little bit more. But as of right now, yeah, calling it in the back would be more preferable for me.
Most definitely.
Got you. Got you. So, if you could only be one, would you rather be great in the ring or great on the mic?
That's a good one.
Oh,
Uh,
I'll probably say great in the ring because my communication skills right now is pretty good. So I already got you feel me? I already got the mic skills right now. So I'll probably pick great in the ring.
I feel like I'm gonna choose the opposite. I'm gonna be great on the mic, because that's what sells tickets. I ain't like the ring work is good, but like when it comes to like a bunch of like the all time greats, the things that made them great is what they said, not what they did in the ring. To an extent, they still had to entertain you once the bell rung, but like the stuff that separated them from a lot of other wrestlers that was great in the ring is that they knew how to get the crowd to react before the match even started, and that comes with the mic work. So yeah, I feel like that's kind of preferred. Like that's what I would want more than great in the ring work.
And that comes with us, our favorite wrestler. You see, my favorite wrestler, Jeff Hardy. He was great in the ring. That's
Hmm.
like, so that was my thing.
Yeah, yeah. He wasn't as much of a talker as
Yeah,
Matt.
exactly.
Yeah.
See, that's why we're a great tag team. I want to be great in the ring. He
Yeah.
want to fight.
Yeah, that is true.
So, which of the two of you, who would you say is the mouthpiece for the team when you guys are working?
Mm.
Me,
Yeah, I would say Ray.
yeah, me, yeah. It's like we both got like, so like we're still both new at the same point of wrestling, But as far as like the fandom wise, it's kind of like I was more so of a like in the books type of like fan of wrestling. Like I did a lot of like inside research and like watched a lot of podcasts and a lot of like reviews and all that different type of stuff. So I kind of understand a lot of ways that like work and don't work and what could like get fans and like community, like the internet community and all that different type of stuff. And like then we got like Quay's like he's like very like a big fan, so like he can give like a more so like a casual fan's point of view and like have me realize like okay, yeah, this is something that people might think is good, but like I'm not really thinking that. I'm thinking more deep into it. So like when it comes to like in ring and like we need to do a lot of stuff, more than likely it's probably gonna be me because I kind of not to my own horn or nothing, but like kind of genius. I ain't gonna lie.
That works. That
Yeah, he
works, man.
said more
That's
on the.
that's confidence.
Yeah, I try to separate it from cockiness sometimes. Sometimes it get hold of me, but I think today has passed. It's my brother's birthday. Give him.
Well, you know, it's not cocky if you can back it up.
Right, you right,
That
right. Yeah, I like
is true.
that. I'm gonna start
That
using
is
that.
So, do you guys have a preference between working heel or babyface?
Ooh.
We don't know.
Yeah, I'm gonna say because only we're face right now, so we can't say too much on the heel side, I guess, you know. So, but face is pretty good right now. We just need to get it in a little bit more. That's what
Coming
I would.
coming from the earlier question though of like what separates the in ring and the out of like ring us is like I feel like me personally I'm kind of a natural heel like in life.
Hmm.
So like I don't know how it's gonna feel yet when I do turn heel or when we do turn heel, but I think I'm gonna like it.
Ooh wee.
But like right now, um, I like the challenge that it is of being a baby face because I feel like if you can get over as a baby face, then you can like you know what you're doing, and like I feel like it's no bigger challenge to putting two people that just started wrestling as like a big tag team baby face, and I kind of want to see how big we can get as a baby face team right now, and see like kind of put us in the deep end right now, and let us sink or swim basically.
Gotcha. So, in terms of your in-ring work and your promos and such, who or what would you say are some of your influences? And it can be wrestlers, pop culture, any of that stuff. I mean, I know you say the Hardys are a big influence, but
Yeah.
you know what else?
As far as like, okay, I like that question because like I've been brainstorming for like the past like year about like different type of stuff, but like I love the fact that we're two brothers and we're similar, but we have differences, and our differences kind of distinguish us apart. So like you can't really get us mixed up if you really know us. And like so like I was doing a lot of research and like I like and we're like hip hop fans, so I was thinking about like kind of recreating like a kind of vibe that like Outkast used to give with the Andre and the Big Boy. And
Mhm.
then like wrestling wise, we used to love Crime Time growing up.
Yes, sir.
And two African American brothers who kind of like we kind of can relate to them more than like a lot of other people because it kind of like plays into our life growing up. So like I feel like we can. I kind of like that's the vibe, and he kind of my brother bigger than me, and I kind of like you said I'm kind of mouthpiece now, so like I kind of talk, and he big, so he can be the more so of the enforcer. So like that can play in, and then the Hardy Boys is like kind of like a kind of like a little nod. It's not really like a for sure like oh this is a Hardy Boys that they're trying to be, but
Yeah.
like I want us to get like, eventually I want us to be like how the Hardy Boys was. I kind of want to give that influence out to like the fans to where they can kind of feel the same vibe that they felt when they was watching Jeff and Matt wrestle.
And instantly love, like, just give us that same type of love. Like, we want to give off that kind of vibe.
Gotcha. So, do you guys have an all-time favorite match as a fan? Like a match that you could have watched it a million times and it just never gets old, and there's always some new little nugget that you can pull from it.
Oh yeah, I definitely do 100%. I was going to say the 2001. It was Jeff Hardy versus RVD in a ladder match. But my favorite that I can watch anytime, all the time, all day is the 2002 Royal Rumble. Like, I can literally watch that Royal Rumble every time. Like, that's my favorite. That's my favorite Royal Rumble right there.
Okay.
I'm
What about you, Ray?
I got
Okay.
a lot of stuff, but I'm trying to think of a match that like made me like feel like, damn, this is a good match. And now that I'm thinking, I know exactly. I think it was like NXT Takeover Toronto, and it was DIY and the Revival, and it was like 2 out of 3 falls match. And this like when I was like, I kind of fell off on NXT around like COVID time, and but this was like around time where I was like a big fan of NXT. This was like around time I was in high school and stuff, so all I really was doing was watching wrestling. And I remember watching this match like, this is crazy, like the amount that like, because that was around the time where tag teams was kind of being disrespected and just wrestling in general, but like they kind of made tag teams entertaining again. And I'm like, that just goes to show like if you put in effort, you can really do like whatever you want. And that was such a great match, like put together from top to bottom, to where like it ain't no way that like I can literally watch that tonight and just see that and be like, dang, that's crazy. And now being a tag team is stuff that I can learn from it too. Being a wrestler and not being a fan, and it made me feel good as a fan too. So like, yeah, that'd be my #1 match.
DIY, man, Gargano and Ciampa are so underrated. Those guys are amazing workers.
Like top of the notch, and like individually they're good, and
Oh
like
yeah,
tag team, like it's like for some reason I feel like you look at them and like you see how they wrestle and you like they shouldn't fit together, but they do, and it's like they fit like a glove, and it's like how, but it just works, and I don't know how it works, but like they're like literally like one of my favorite tag teams to watch, from like to learn from, as like to up and coming wrestle like trainees. It's like that's like a blueprint of like what two good babyface wrestlers look like.
Oh, absolutely. And that year-long phase that they had where Gargano and Ciampa were feuding against each other, that was gold too, man. Those guys, man, they put a whooping on each other.
Yeah, that was
wow.
Even from like the turn to like the end of it, it was like cinema. I ain't gonna lie, it was crazy. I remember like I said, I was a big fan of NXT, watching everything around that time, and usually I'm like kind of like emotionless when it comes to wrestling, because I like it so much that I kind of, like I said, I try to dive deep into it. But like normally everything with that whole feud kind of had me like reacting to it, like damn, like that happened, damn, like I felt it, like, and that's what good. Not even wrestling, but that's just what entertainment look like. That's how it feels to be like good at like entertaining people.
Gotcha. So this is another question for both of you guys. Who is, aside from you guys, who is the best tag team in the business today?
Like like all over wrestling, or just like in the WWE, just all in general?
Let's just say all over. I mean, you know, who would you say is the best tag team in the world right now?
Man, it's a wait. Let me go ahead. Go first.
Okay, so is this like a person like who's your favorite, or is like this is who's the
You
best?
Both. Who's your favorite and who's the best?
Okay. My favorite tag team right now.
That's a good one.
Yeah, because there's so much good tag teams.
It's hard, isn't it?
Yeah,
Man, that is super hard. Dang.
that's so the best. Okay, I can say the best because like the best is still kind of inevitable, and it should be the Young Bucks. It's
Ooh.
like I really don't, and like I don't like them that much, but like it's like every time I peep across them, their matches is just entertaining to me. So like I gotta give them a notch, and the fact that I don't like them that much and they're still entertaining me every time I lay my eyes on them, they gotta be that good. So like I say that they're the best tag team. My favorite tag team would more than likely be FTR because I just like the psychology they put in tag team wrestling. It's like they kind of make these matches mean something when tag team wrestling is hard to build a lot of feuds in tag team wrestling, but they build their feuds in their matches, which is so valuable, and so like it saves a lot of like unnecessary stuff or over pushing feuds and all that different type of stuff. And how they cut off the ring is crazy too. It's
Oh
like
yeah.
fashion, but it's like they're still modern and stuff like that. So I say FTR is my favorite. I will say they're like 1B though to the Young Bucks. 1B. So Young Bucks be 1A as the best, FTR be 1B.
What about you, Quay?
I'm still over here stuck, man, trying to think of the tag team. But in all honesty, I'm gonna just say the Street Profits. That's somebody I can just that's like the first tag team that I thought of in all honesty, for real. Like, but you got the DIYs, you got the Motor City Machine Guns as well, the tag team champions. Like
Mhm.
I even grew up watching them, like Chris Sabin and Alex Shelley. That used to be
Oh
my
yeah.
tag team at a point and when they were at TNA. But yeah, I'll probably just go to Street Profit because they got it all. Like they really have it all. They just need the opportunity for real. And maybe a heel turn from them. Probably get the job done to get them that real recognition to be that the greatest tag team in the world right now, and it really show for. And my favorite tag team, obviously, probably the Hardy Boys. That's my favorite.
Yeah.
They still act. You get a pass. You get a pass.
That's
Yeah.
my boy.
I'll always have a soft spot in my heart for the Hardys, man. Just based on everything that they've done and everything they've given to the business, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
Maybe like continue to inspire like tag teams and brothers and wrestlers and all that. So it's like in there like once you get to the point where you're not only just wrestling icons but cultural icons, is like really in the sport of wrestling where it's like such a secluded club kinda to where like I feel like you deserve all the recognition that you can get if you're like an icon like in like culture. And they one of the many wrestlers that's like icons everywhere. Everybody know the Hardy Boys.
you got The Rock, you got
Mhm.
Stone Cold, John Cena, then you got Jeff Hardy. Like you got him.
Yep.
He's up there.
But I will completely agree with you about FTR, man.
Ooh, yeah,
I love me some FTR, man. I like the fact that they are really bringing back the old school Smash Mouth tag team wrestling, like you said, cutting the ring off, and and nothing fancy, just good fundamental wrestling and storytelling.
And it gets the crowd, like no matter what company they for, where they wrestle at, it gets the crowd moving and you can feel it. And like you shouldn't need to get forced to believe anything. You should be able to just feel that is real. And
Yeah.
they do it feels real. So like I feel like that's what separates them from a lot of wrestlers in general.
Oh yeah, and you know that series of matches they had with the Briscoes before Jay died,
Yeah,
man, those were some bangers. I
yeah,
mean,
crazy.
you know, and man, God bless Jay Briscoe, man. That was a huge loss.
Yeah, that was
Def-
I hated that for like, cause like I like, cause like around the time that he passed was kind of around the time that we was kind of looking to schools and becoming wrestlers and stuff like that, and like me personally knowing that my brother was going to wrestle with me was like okay. I always knew Jay and Mark from like back in Ring of Honor, but like they were kind of inspiration now because like we're brothers and like they're brothers, and it's
Right.
like and like their sense of their character was like realism in brothers. Brothers fight and brothers do that, and you will see them have death matches together and then go.
Yep.
oh,
Looks like
oh yeah.
looks like he froze.
Like, oh, I think he probably did.
Well, while he's trying to sort himself out, I'll go ahead and ask you the next question. You know, you're a pretty young guy, so this may not really apply, but I'll ask it anyway, and that is, what hurts right now?
Ooh, let me see. Probably my knees and my back. That's probably the things that hurt the most. Like as my brother said, the last time we were at training, I had hurt my knee going under a leapfrog and buckled my knee. So
Gotcha.
that probably would it be right now, my knees.
Gotcha. And what is the most significant injury that you've suffered, either wrestling or training?
Oh, that was the only one that I had. Like since we've been training for a year, that was the only injury that I've had is just my
Oh,
knee.
the knee buckling.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Everything else been cool. Like no real pains that I had got from wrestling. It's always something that I had from when I was playing basketball. So
Gotcha. So, speed round.
okay.
Moose.
Moose. Moose is very talented. Really, for a guy his size, like that's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna just put talented, but Moose is very talented for a guy his size to move like how he does and all that. Man, that dude is dope.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
Yeah, I mean, he's. I agree. I agree with you. He's one of these big men that moves like a much smaller man,
Mm-hmm.
and those people are fun to watch, just because you look at them and they do things that logically they shouldn't be able to do, but they do.
And then you watch going into it, like, what could he possibly do?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So, in general, what are your thoughts on the current state of the business?
It's rising like to the max right now, like almost at an all-time high, like getting back to how it used to be, like with all the fans and like all these type of celebrities. It seemed like everybody is actually showing their true colors as far as being fans of the sport. Like it was a point in time where I think a lot of people have went through this phase. Well, for the most part, probably people around my age, like they go through a phase to where they acting like they don't like wrestling. Welcome back.
Hey, Ray.
Not interested or anything like that, in wrestling. So I feel like that's the biggest thing right now is that wrestling is back. it's back for sure.
Got you. So, while you were gone, Ray, I asked Quay this question, and I'll go ahead and ask it of you as well. You know, you're both still pretty young guys, but I'll ask this anyway, and that is, what hurts right now?
Oh, that's a good question. Uh, no, I ain't gonna. I don't. I don't try to get hurt. I don't want to get hurt. I mean, it's gonna happen eventually, so I'm good. So like, cause like I kind of was ready for all of this, so like I kind of like I kind of already prevented my mind that like, okay, this stuff is gonna hurt. So I kind of think I'm building calluses in my body. Like every time I take a bump, every time I hit the floor, it's like, okay, let's just get back up. So I don't think I'm hurt. I don't think I'm hurt right now. Might have to ask me like a couple more years. I might be able to give you an answer, but right now I'm cool.
That's good to hear, because you know, wrestling puts miles on your body.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Yeah, I know it's gonna come eventually, but like I'm glad it didn't come this early yet, because like I want this to work, and I feel like it's gonna work. And like the healthier you stay, the longer it's gonna work for. So like
Yeah.
I'm trying to get so good at my job to where like I won't have to worry about a lot of injuries or a lot of aching or a lot of pain, so I can stay mentally happy, physically happy, and just ready to like just become one of like the best me I can become really in this sort of like career, because it's so hard to like lose your focus, lose your confidence, lose your mentality and all that.
Um, we've actually got a question from it looks like somebody on YouTube. I'm going to put it up on the screen right now.
Good question.
Oh wait.
Give him an answer, Quay? You want to give him an answer?
I give it to Ray. I give it to Ray. I give it to him. But hey, I can lift more than him though. He can do more push-ups, but I can lift more.
Like I said, I'm a beat my body up type of person. So like I'm already used to beating my body up. I don't lift that much. I'm like more so like I like doing resistance lifting, to where like I can like I'm more reps, less weight. So he can have all the power bodybuilder type stuff. I ain't nobody. I'm a wrestler. I like wrestling. I don't like doing all that lifting. But push-ups, I got him. I got
Yeah,
him.
he got
Any day of the month, anytime. I'll be sleeping, probably do more push-ups than him. Not to make it competitive or not.
I ain't going out like that now.
Gotcha. Well, you know, I'll say again, for anybody that's watching this live, if you have questions or comments, throw them in the chat, and we'll get to them.
Please do.
So question to both of you guys: what is your take on the role that social media is playing as a promotional tool for wrestling?
Oh, it's great being that we're active on social media too. So, and we know, like, you know, as far as looking at the regular people on social media and regular things in the world, and we know what not to say, like looking at the comments and all that stuff and seeing what people like and all that. I feel like it's dope.
I feel like social media is like a way now for you to determine how you want to how you want to play your how you want your career to turn out, as far as like, because like social media, it makes it so accessible to like everybody, when like wrestling back in the day, you really didn't have all that access. So like that's why kayfabe was such a big, but not saying kayfabe is dead, but it's like you can most definitely keep it if you wanted to, but it's hard. So like if you want to really take your career serious in the wrestling world, you can kind of do that. and kind of be a little bit more incognito or make your social media about like just your career and just all that. But then it's like some people, it's just a job to them, and it's just like, hey, my family and my life is my life. So my social media is my life. And when I hit that ring, I'm me, I'm this and that. So it's a most definitely a positive in that. And that's most definitely a positive thing. So I like it, but I feel like it really gives you full control over how you want your career to work out.
Absolutely. So, as I've said a few times, you both are still pretty young guys, but knowing everything you know now at this point in life, if you could give any advice to your younger selves, what would it be?
Ooh, wee. Honestly, stay focused. For real. Just and actually, and don't be afraid to to chase your dream. Like, cause it was a point I could have been started wrestling when I was 19 years old, 18 years old when I graduated from high school. Like, but I wanted to go play basketball, and I was hiding that I, was a fan and all that type of stuff like that. So that's what I would tell myself. Just be you and chase your dream. Don't be afraid to chase that dream.
Yeah. Mines will be like, um, don't try to be like try to be the best version of yourself as possible and just try to be yourself because this is your life and only you can live your life and only you know how you feeling, only you know how to change it. So like just be yourself. Everything should work out to how you want it to work out because you truly just yourself. Cause like I feel like self reflection is like the number one key to life and it's really like helps you improve and helps you become better. And like I feel like if you become better for yourself, then any if you care about anybody that's in your circle, you becoming a better you is gonna make them better around you. So like just focus on yourself, just get good at whatever you want to get good at and just be the best version of you.
Definitely.
Completely agree. So, do you guys have a favorite move, something that you just really enjoy doing? And on the flip side of that, is there a move that you won't do or you would at least rather not do? And that can be giving or receiving.
My favorite move will probably be my scissors kick. Like that's my favorite move right now. I do the scissors kick too. So and one that I don't, probably something from off the top, like a superplex from off the top rope. That'll probably I haven't done that yet either. So that'll probably be one of the ones I'll probably have fear doing. But and probably oh, not a tombstone. Probably like a power bomb or something. I don't like power bombs either. Too tall for those.
Gotcha.
That'd be a drop for you, boy.
Man, what? That's a drop.
Yeah, but I said drop. Mine's my favorite move. I think I ain't gonna lie. I ain't never seen this before. I never seen it, but I kind of invented like I see a lot of people do rip cords like into moves, but I kind of made spear into a rip cord, and it's like I haven't seen it yet. I don't know if somebody ever did it, but I like it not because like it kind of let me kind of be a little bit creative in my own stint and like kind of be basic. Cause I feel like if you're just a basic wrestler, you kind of pretty good wrestler too. So I kind of want to keep it basic, but have a little bit of my flavor into it. And like, I like doing spears because it just feel like it just flows so naturally because y'all both in the air and it just feels good. And it's like safe to do if you do it right. And like really with a ripcord because the momentum don't come too bad, so you don't really have to like ram them that bad. So yeah, that'd be my favorite move to do. And my least favorite, I hate doing chops. I don't know why. I hate getting chops, but I can get a chop. but I hate doing them for some reason. I don't know if it's just my coordination or just what, but like if I'm gonna try to master it one day because that's just my competitive nature. But I hate giving them right now, and they always hurt my hand.
Hmm.
I gotta get some more. Gotta get some more meat
Yeah,
on it.
give a chop. I can give one for sure.
You know, seeing some of the folks taking chops, man, and seeing their chest looking like raw hamburger at the end of a match, man, I just wow.
It feel like every time I take a chop, it feel like I grow hair on my chest for some reason. I don't even grow hair on my chest, but it feels like my chest is always hairy or it always just hurts. And it's just like a rare pain that's like right in the middle of my chest. That's like that's one of the life's like one of the like moments of life being a wrestler that like I kind of experienced so far. Like welcome to the big leagues, brother. And like I like it though, but it's like damn, I'm really a wrestler now, cause like stuff like that.
Yeah. Yep. So, do you guys have any pre-match traditions? Any things that you try to do consistently before you go through the curtain?
Uh,
And me probably pray. Well, not probably. I'll say a quick little prayer before we go out there.
like
Probably, yeah, that's about it. Pray.
I like staying calm, kind of talking me and Quay talking or like talking to each other, kind of like calming each other down, being our sense of like peace. So like, okay, we in this together type, but it's like like just checking up on each other. That's really about it. Making sure that we good, making sure that we know what's going on, what how we feeling and stuff like that. But other than that, I'm not really a big superstition type person, so I really don't do a lot of stuff other than stretch and like kind of like just get ready and just try to stay as happy because like I know like we were built for this. Like I want us to like I wanted to show that like this is us and like I want to kind of like I want to be great. So like
You got to stay great forever.
that's really like that's like the main thing. Like I want to kind of build this confidence even when I don't know if I got it like that, but knowing like, okay, no matter what, ain't no mountain like too big for us to climb. So like, yeah, that's really about it. Just staying calm and just being ready and happy that we just doing it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You know, one of the things that I liked about you guys initially is the name of the team. You know, Stay Great Forever just exudes such positivity, and that is just so cool.
Thank
Appreciate
you. That's
it.
the plan. That's definitely the plan. That's the plan. We giving off them great vibes, man.
I feel like once you can like kind of like you said like kind of reach people with like something that makes them feel a certain type of way is really like that's how you know you kind of struck with gold. And it's like we always had like the acronym, and it's like for some reason we had an acronym, and we like what does this really mean? And that's the best way to describe us, because like it's like a sense of like just a feeling that we give to people organically without trying that happens. And that's like one of the biggest characteristics of being a great entertainer. And staying great is like one of the main things that you would have to do. It's not about really being great, because like how long can you be great for? But if you can stay great, then you're really a legend. And like you're
Yep.
not. And if you can only be great for a little bit, we done seen a lot of people come and go. But like you remember them, but you remember them for that moment, but you don't remember them for the people that they actually are. And that's what we trying to do. We trying to build a lifestyle, basically.
Absolutely.
Not just a motto. It is a lifestyle. Stay great forever. That's our lifestyle, man. That's just what we want to do.
Awesome. So something that we've done in all of these that's just been kind of fun is we've let the current guest pose a question for the next guest. So last night I had a guy on the show named Jameson Shook, who he's a wrestler up in Chattanooga, Tennessee,
Uh-huh.
Mm.
and he he does both traditional matches and he does some deathmatch stuff as well. But so the question that he posed, you know, I told him that I was going to be having a tag team on, and so he's done some tagging up there. And the question he asked is, how do you feel about the Southern tag formula? He said you would know what he was talking about.
I'm like, that's great. Okay, so Southern tag formula. I'm trying to think of like, cause like we're still new, so like the Southern tag formula, I would think is like just like the heel basically just beating down the face more likely.
Mm.
I mean, as faces, I don't like it because that's kind of restrict what we got going on. But
It's-
like, I mean, it's a way to get the crowd to react. It's a way to like get. It's a way to give like, say if you're in working indies or working the independents with like a bunch of people that might not know who you are. It's a good way to get people invested in you by just randomly just watching you just go. So like, I feel like it's beneficial, and it should be beneficial everywhere for. But like, it was definitely like it's a difference. It makes it more so of a movie and less of a like of a bout, but it makes it entertaining, and that's what we do. That's what we're here for. We're here to entertain people. So yeah, I like it.
Absolutely, yeah. You know, something I love, you know, I have always had a love for tag team wrestling.
Yeah.
You know, and because there are so many things that can happen in a tag match that don't happen in a singles match. You know, the tandem moves, you know, the one team member trying to get to the corner to tag his partner while the other team's cutting the ring off. You know, I mean, you know, it's a whole other vibe, and man, I love it. And you know, doing these, I mostly talk to singles competitors. So the times that I actually get to talk to a tag team, man, I love it.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
It's like it's like a it's hard though because it's other than two people communicating, it's four, sometimes
Mhm.
six, sometimes eight. So it's like it's way more heads and it's way more brains and it's way more bodies. So it's like we gotta trust on these people to do what they want to do. But it's not hard to put your trust in people, but it's like it's still to a point where you can't control nobody but yourself. So
Mhm.
so it's like it makes it intriguing, but it makes it challenging. And I feel like if you're not willing to challenge yourself in a type of business like this, then you really shouldn't be here. So like, it's fun for me, and I bet you it's fun for Quay too. That like we can kind of challenge ourselves and try to be like kind of like on one of the hardest levels and kind of entertain these people.
And it's kind of easy too because like you said, it's a tag team. So like we get the team up and do moves together. Like say if it's somebody that's bigger than me that I can't pick up, hey, here you go to help me out, and we both pick them up and slam them. So that's the fun part.
Hmm.
It's dope. The tag team world is lit.
So, do you guys have a particular tandem move that you like to do, kind of like the Shatter Machine or anything like that?
Got we got a we
We
got
not
a lot of moves.
just don't
We
have the moves
like
fully. That's it.
we're really still at the point where we're chopping a lot of stuff down and trying to figure out what moves is going to stick and what moves not with the reps that we get in like tag team matches. But yeah, we got a lot of moves that we got. We really don't. We have features, but we don't know which one to pick yet because we really
Yeah.
haven't gone over that much in matches yet. Um,
Gotcha.
and we don't really have that much names. But I'm brainstorming a bunch of names, but I want to have meanings to our finisher names and stuff too. But like in the next like 3, 4, 5 months, we should be good when it comes to like being able to have a full tag team moveset.
Mm-hmm.
That's great. That's great. So we're getting toward the end of things now. So do you guys have any upcoming shows or anything at all that you'd like to give some hype to?
Um, we have a show tomorrow
Oh,
at
CCDL.
CCDL Cuatros Casa de Lucha. Yeah, Cuatro Cabeza show.
Yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Um, we I believe we're in a 6-man tag with I don't know if you heard of him, Professor Payne. We're gonna be tagging with him tomorrow. And other than that, we kind of like being in the stage that we kind of just on standby for a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of stuff we just get on the fly. Hey, here, y'all want to do this? Y'all want to do that? So everything else is kind of to be announced.
Gotcha. So I'm looking over at the chat right now, and somebody in the chat, triple MS, is asking, who are your top 5 WWE wrestlers right now?
Oh, right now,
Yeah.
Triple M's. That's my cousin. That's Mike, the big Mike. Let me see. So am I going from 5 to 1 or
Probably no particular order.
order? Okay, so I'm gonna go Roman Reigns, Cody, Jay Uso, Damian Priest, and Karrion Kross. That's my top 5.
For me right now, I'm gonna pick an order too. I'm gonna pick an order. Okay. 5. I will go Uncle Howdy. I like what Bo doing right now. I like just
Ooh.
the purpose of that character is amazing. 4, I will say probably Liv Morgan. I like Liv Morgan. I feel like I said, watching NXT as like back in the day, she was on NXT as like kind of like a rookie, and like
Mm-hmm.
Supplement is like kind of inspirational to me because I done seen her like kind of start, and that's kind of at the stage that we at, and I done seen her now at the top, and it's like damn, like it's crazy. So yeah, I say Liv. 4, 3 will more than likely be like Cody. I like Cody. Like Cody is like I feel like it's so hard to be a good face now, and Cody solidifies like what it's like to be like a great face.
Definitely.
2, I just love that the new bloodline. I don't know why. All of them on there, every last one of them. Like I know like the internet community hated them when they first like came, but for some reason I always been a fan of it. So yeah, I acknowledge Solo.
I can clear that. He do.
Solo since Roman left the chair. Number 1 though is Sami Zayn. I love Sami Zayn. That's like right now that's my favorite wrestler right now. Really being a wrestler, that's kind of somebody that me personally, that individually, not tag team wise, that I want to. That's like kind of the vibe I want to give to the fans. Is like kind of on the Sami Zayn sort of level. So like I kind of when I look at a professional wrestler, that's like the number 1 guy that I'm studying, and I feel like I never seen a bad Sami Zayn match yet. That like that at least been on like TV. So yeah, Sami Zayn to be number 1.
As far as Sami Zayn have you looked at his stuff from when he was El Generico?
Yeah, not that much though, because I remember a lot of stuff from PWG. That's really about it. But like, it was like PWG was so chaotic around that time that like you would
Oh
just
yeah.
bunch of clips and a bunch of, and that was around the time that the internet was like kind of becoming a big thing, like YouTube and all that. So I do remember seeing it, but I can't like pinpoint any like real big matches. I remember watching a match with El Generico and Kevin Steen. Though it was like a ladder match on in Ring of Honor. I think it was like F2 Dishonor or something like that. It was one of their big shows. But I remember watching that on YouTube like years ago though, and that match was the chemistry that they got is just crazy. I'm not gonna lie. They can literally, how people say fight forever, they can literally fight every day, and I feel like it'd be entertaining.
It'll be so every time.
I tell you, a match that I want to see, and you know, I don't know if they could ever put this together, but I want to see Bronson Reed versus Braun Breaker versus Jacob Fatu.
Ooh, that would be crazy. That would be.
How can they hold the ring for that?
I know.
Crazy.
The three of them in a match together, they would tear the house down.
The amount of like explosion that all three of them dudes got, man, that would be that car crash waiting to happen. The best.
I might have to try that on WWE. I'm not gonna lie. That's crazy. That's too much. That's too much capacity in the ring right there. Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, and Jacob Fatu. That's crazy.
It's crazy because right now them three is like the three. They like the three beasts of WWE. Like you know how WWE always got the monsters. It's like them three.
Literally.
Hey, that's crazy. I never even thought of that. Cause like they all killing it.
The three of those guys in like a monsters ball situation would just be. I mean,
that's why I can't wait for the Rumble now because we might see that. We might see them that little moment, like for sure. We probably will. I can't wait now.
Well, you know, recently they had that real quick stare down between Braun Breaker and Jacob Fatu, so they're laying some breadcrumbs, you know, for something to happen down the road. And man, whew.
I like it though. I like it's crazy because like he's so organic and so like so natural and so real that like you know WWE can get like kind of like a little cheesy sometimes. So we're like you like when you heard that he got signed, you like damn. I hope they don't kind of calm me down. But it is like it feels so like it makes he kind of like built that this whole feud that they got, this storyline that they got, like he kind of built it to a whole nother level because they let him be exactly who he was and who he had been for a while. And it's like that dude is crazy. Like he's great in the ring. He just got a great look. That man, he got a lot.
Every beast has a slayer, and I feel like the beast slayer for Jacob Fatu is the one and only Brock Lesnar.
That would be interesting.
Hey, that definitely would be interesting. You know,
just cut off.
Well,
That's about like 3 times. Dang.
Hey, he's back. No, he's not.
Wait.
But yeah, there he is.
My bad.
Birthday. Well, yeah. You got the whole birthday thing going on, man.
Sorry.
We've been chatting so long. I almost forgot we had to celebrate later.
Yeah. And you know, today is my wife's and my 26th wedding anniversary.
Happy anniversary. Happy anniversary to you guys.
The big 50 episode anniversary, the birthday.
Yeah, man, it's there's a lot of reasons to celebrate tonight, you know. I mean, having done 50 of these things is just crazy. I mean,
congratulations on that too. Thank you.
How do you feel about having 50 episodes? Like, how do you feel about that?
I'm thrilled. I'm honored. You know, I mean, like I said, having followed this stuff for 40 years, to actually get to be a very small part of the wrestling business,
Yeah.
after having been a fan for 40 plus years, is just so darn cool.
Huh?
And and I've met some of the coolest people doing these.
Yeah.
And it's an honor to be able to be a part of telling the story of people chasing a dream, which is why I'm enjoying focusing on the indies.
Yeah.
And it's been pretty cool because one of my early guests was a guy named Sean Legacy, and he actually just got the ID call up.
Yep.
So I mean that was pretty neat, because I mean it didn't have anything to do with the show, but
Yeah.
just having one of my former guests, get tagged as one of the people that WWE is really looking at,
Uh-huh.
that's pretty neat.
That's
Yeah.
dope.
Yeah, I was say that's a nod on your shoulder too. I ain't gonna lie. Like it's like it's a way of like appreciating what you do, and it's a way of like give yourself that sense of like, oh yeah, like what I'm doing is like actually working, and like I'm not like bad. I can do this, and it's like and it's fun too. Like I know you're having tons of fun. This has been one of the funnest times I've had talking about wrestling in a long time. So yeah, I appreciate you so much.
Well, I appreciate you guys, and consider yourselves as being part of the Throwdown family, and you guys have a standing invitation to come back anytime you want.
Got you.
Oh, most,
And as far as what's coming up next week on Wednesday the 20th at 7 p.m. Eastern, I've got episode 51. And I've got a Georgia-based ring announcer, Alex Amaya. He is basically the voice for Phoenix Wrestling Experience out in Augusta.
Uh-huh.
And then on the 21st, which is next Thursday, at 7 p.m., I've got a Florida-based referee named Todd Harris. He works heavily with Atomic Legacy Wrestling down in Central Florida.
mhm.
And then the following Monday, the 25th, at 7 p.m., I've got episode 53 with another Georgia-based wrestler, Jay Tyler. He's with WWA 4,
Oh,
training with AR Fox.
yeah, I know who he is.
Yeah.
So, but I want to thank you guys for your time. This has been a blast, and for those of you that have been watching this live, thank you. For those of you that'll be seeing this on reruns and on demand, thank you for that. If you like what we have going here, continue to spread the word. Things are really going good. I'm actually booked up for the month of December.
Sure.
The final 2 weeks of December, I'm actually putting the show on hiatus for the holidays because things just get busy around Christmas.
Yeah.
But we'll be, the first 3 weeks of December, we're pretty much packed, and then we'll be coming back the week of January 6th after the holidays. So.
Most definitely. You're a busy man. You're a busy man. 2025 is up, man.
Yeah, I've got big plans for 2025.
Sir.
I'm looking to do a roughly once a week show that'll be kind of a panel discussion show where we'll be talking, about the shows of the week and the news of the week in the business, and I'm basically looking to get kind of a weekly panel of people together just to nerd out about wrestling one night a week.
Oh,
So
most,
That's fire. I ain't gonna
that's
lie.
dope. That's a dope idea. Most
Yeah.
definitely.
So I mean, you know, at some point, I may reach out to you guys and see if you want to come on and do a panel
Oh, yeah.
one night.
Just hit us up. We always open.
I'm on my phone every day. If you need me,
Every
just got you.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, anyway, you guys have a great night. Like I said, I'll be back next Wednesday. And everybody have a wonderful night, a great weekend. Love each other and keep throwing down.